President-elect Trump's victory is spelling trouble for Mexico's president. Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto, his approval ratings tumbling to an all-time low of 25% following Trump's election, due in part to his meeting with the now president-elect during the campaign season over concerns that the meeting was conducted on Trump's terms. Joining me now over Skype is former President of Mexico, Vicente Fox. Mr. President, great to see you.
Good morning, and thank you for inviting me.
Donald Trump, when he's inaugurated in January, he is the next president of the United States. What to make of the tumbling approval rating of the president in Mexico now and the relationship between those two men in the years to come?
Well, President Peña is about to finish his term, so he would not be dealing with Trump. What we worry about, and we all Mexicans do, all Latin Americans, is his policies, specifically on trade. I think it's a big mistake of what he's planning to do, both for Mexico, for United States, and for Canada. We will all lose. Look at this thing about Carrier, the Carrier Corporation, which he already menaced, he already pressed, that he would not allow them to move to Monterrey, Nuevo León. What he is repeating is the story of General Motors, Ford Motor Company, Chrysler. 3 of them went broke, and they had to be rescued with U.S. taxpayers' money. Finally, they survived by putting their part of their operations in Canada, part of their operations in Mexico. This brought them back competitiveness. This is what is going to happen to Carrier. Imagine all the competitors, worldwide competitors of Carrier. They are really shaking their hands. They're happy with this because they're going to become more competitive. They get one more competitor off.
But President Fox, what we've had so far is just a president-elect having conversations with a company because he's concerned about those jobs going overseas. And I'll point this out, that in the statement that President Trump made about his list of executive actions that he would get done immediately when he takes office, he talked about he's going to withdraw from the Trans-Pacific Partnership trade deal, but he has not talked about just ripping up NAFTA. Now, certainly the administration is going to be pressuring Mexico on trade, but why isn't there room for these two nations to work together to reduce our vast trade deficit with Mexico?
Because the deficit mainly is on oil, for instance, that U.S. imports from all over the world because you need it. But in the rest of the trade balance is not that much of a difference. It's a win-win situation. United States exports into Mexico billions and billions and billions of U.S. dollars worth of products and services. What's going to happen with them if you reduce the impact of NAFTA? On the contrary, it has to be enhanced.
But officials,
and about TPP,
Mr. President, but in terms of Mexico, officials in Mexico have said that they are willing to update the 22-year-old treaty. I'm talking about NAFTA, new chapters on e-commerce. So why isn't there room for these two governments to sit down with one another and work out something that works for both nations?
Because we know that Trump is a ghost hunter. He doesn't believe in trade. He has spoken about a wall. He has spoken about nationalizing U.S. economy. He has spoken about forcing corporations to reduce their investments abroad. This is clear. That's his message. And that's why we are all preparing. For instance, TPP, what we are already doing is inviting China. If the United States doesn't want to be in that agreement, we will deal with China. It's a much more higher importer of goods, and it's a trading open economy. So we will replace. There's no problem there. I
don't know where President-elect Trump has talked about nationalizing industry in the United States, but I want to raise this issue with you. You've had harsh words, obviously, for our president-elect. Do you feel like inserting yourself into this U.S. election actually helped Donald Trump get elected? That you sent people to his side because they didn't like you weighing in?
Well, that's your thinking or somebody else's thinking. My thinking is that I have to defend my country, people in United States, the migrants that were so badly offended. I have to defend the Mexican economy. I have to defend harmony in the world. We don't want wars. We don't want atomic bombs. We have to understand that electing the President of the United States is electing the leader of the world. So it matters. It matters to us, and we have to come up with our opinion. Look at this Romney deal. I mean, it's incredible how Trump releases his hound dogs to attack Romney. It's incredible the way this election has been going. And him inviting
Donald Trump is having dinner with Mitt Romney tonight.
Because what he released on his tweeting is that there were millions and millions of fraudulent votes.
Mr. President,
I mean, he himself is who said that.
Donald Trump's having dinner with Mitt Romney tonight, so I think that speaks for itself.